Fight on!
Yo everyone, what up? Welcome back to Top Tier Arcade. My name is Steve, and we're back in the spare bedroom where we're housing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles pinball machine. And in this video we're going to be doing part 4, which is the memories of this game. And let's get right to it. So, with that being said, as tradition has it, through my videos we're going to be lighting up a cigar and having a drink to reminisce back, smoking a reflection stick, another word for cigar, and looking back, enjoying ourselves, and reaping in the benefits of what we've done and accomplished with this game and with every game I've done. And with that, I'm going to be hitting up drinking Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey, my wife's current favorite drink. Beautiful drink. I like Jack Daniel's by itself, but I actually really like the honey. It's very nice and sweet, not too harsh. I'm going to be hitting that. And then I'm going to be smoking. I have the box. This is the box I got from Allentown back in May that I brought. And this is the Gloria Cubana Churchill. Beautiful cigar. La Gloria Cubana is one of my favorite cigar brands. And I can't wait to light this up. I've had one before. Perfect. I had one before. Perfectly humidified in one of my 4 humidors. And let's light this up. So yeah, let's talk about the Ninja Turtles and look back. Let's try this one light. Nope, didn't do that time. So, while we're at while we like this, let me give you a fun history about this game. That's good enough. The truth is, I don't remember this game. Let me say it again properly. The truth is I don't remember this game when I was a kid. And you might be saying, okay Steve, then what the hell are you doing the memories on it? Well, 1, it's continuity between my videos. 2, I'm definitely going to celebrate after going through the hell with this game. And 3, it's very pivotal in why I wanted to start Top Tier. Oh. So I'll explain. I know I look fat in this shirt. I've been saying it all video and I look gross every time I look back. So let's get right to it. Here's why this game's super important. And in my collection. Cheers, everyone. Beautiful cigar. I already know it's going to be good. Here's the history of it. First of all, the only thing I remember about this game is not even my memory. My cousin, who's probably watching and laughing, remembers, both cousins I think, remember going to Marineland in Niagara Falls on the Canadian side, and going there on a school trip or something like that, and seeing this in their kids room or the entertainment room, and seeing Ninja Turtles. This was back I think in early 2000s, and probably vended by one of the local stores or local arcade shops and entertainment centers. And I remember them playing it, and there's a few kids playing it and saying the game's broken. Not broken physically, but broken because the stupid pizza thing would kick the ball out and you lose. I remember them telling me, oh really, you want to get that because a lot of people liked it, and it's a universal theme, and it's kid friendly, it's also fun, and it has a lot of historic equity in my childhood with Ninja Turtles, and I'm sure a lot of us, and that nostalgia. So here's what happened. In 2012 May, I bought my first my first arcade machine, which was Miss Pac-Man. In 2004, I bought my first, I guess, entertainment or pinball slot machine, the Antonio Inoki. Again, I did a video on that, and that kind of started the journey. So when I thought this would be it, I'd have only Miss Pac-Man, maybe a slot machine, and eventually, when in the early 2000s, even before I met my wife, even before I started wrestling, and yes, I used to wrestle, I would write down what I want my game room to eventually look like. My vision was now, it's almost coming 20 years. And I still have the original sketches and the ideas. And I'll see if I can even show it, because I deleted a lot of things that I've updated, so I didn't really keep it. Anyways, I would sketch what I wanted. And I wanted a home theater. I wanted a popcorn machine. I wanted a few arcade machines and a few pinball. This is way before I thought about this. Now, I didn't know how I was going to get there. I didn't know what it was to be in the hobby. I didn't know anything. I just wanted, saw it in a few game rooms on the internet back then, which was not a really big thing. Saw a few pinball machines and then a few arcade machines, and then I was in, I'm like, yeah, I want that. And later on, after the slot machine and now Miss Pac, what happened was I started getting really serious, and I revisited my ultimate game room or man cave or whatever they're called now. And I looked at it, I'm like, well, that's very different, because now I have a Miss Pac-Man, which I never planned for, so I rearranged the sketch. I wrote down other things I wanted. Well, once the arcade bug hit me, which is a month after I got my Pac-Man, so this would be June of 2012, I started to write down games that would be cool to have, because at that point, I was like, oh, now I need a Street Fighter. Okay, only Street Fighter. Well, Mortal Kombat has to be beside it because I love that game. Well, I kind of want Double Dragon because that's my favorite beat 'em up. Well, and then I got hooked, and then the bug hit, and obviously now it's getting worse or better depending how you look at it. There's 4 pinball machines that were on that list. Teenage Mutant Ninja. Now, here's my reasoning. What in the 90s reminds me of my favorite time? I was born in 80, so by the time I grew up, other than like cartoons and Thundercats, which is still my favorite cartoon, what else was it? Ninja Turtles was big, and then what was good in the 90s? Ninja Turtles, like the movie, Jurassic Park, Lord of the Rings was still one of my favorite books in series of all time. Both movies, Hobbit, trilogy and Lord of the Rings. I know you're going to say, Hobbit, whatever. So my initial games were, in 2012, my 4 games were, no, I didn't have 4. I wanted 4, but the 3 I wanted for sure was, and I'm thinking, I went on the internet, 90s pinball machines. And I saw a lot of Williams games that I loved. Bram Stoker's Dracula, Getaway, which are on my list, believe it or not, but that's for way down the road. And I'll get to that later. The 3 pins were Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Data East, Jurassic Park, Data East, and Lord of the Rings, Stern. And Lord of the Rings is on my list, obviously, and then Hobbit was number 4, eventually Hobbit was number 4 after a few years later when they announced it, and then Predator was going to be, and then Predator, they screwed that up, and the guy stole the money or whatever, and then later on, maybe I want Robobor, and who knows, anyways. So the top 3 were Ninja Turtles, Jurassic Park, and Lord of the Rings. I played Jurassic Park Data East. I didn't love it. I really tried to get into it. I didn't love it. I played it. It's still a maybe, but not on my short list at all. So, and I kind of crossed that off, and I'm like, Ninja Turtles I love, A lot of people, the reason I really liked it is, one, it's unique. It's not a rare game, but it's a uncommon game. 2, there weren't that many in Canada. 3, I thought it was cool and I liked the whole theme. And, you know, they had the toys on it. They had it, I had as a kid, and I loved it. Turtles was on the list. Lord of the Rings and Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park's also, I'm like, okay. When I started collecting, Pinball was the after I get a house and after I collect my arcade games vision. And the reason for that is, one, they were at that time, they were still expensive, but not crazy like now. Number 2, I didn't know about pinball. I was intimidated. And there's a lot of working parts. It's mechanical. You know, it breaks easy. It's a silver ball literally slamming into things, which is meant to fail, like a car. Yes, it works, but again, eventually it breaks down, so I was worried. So pinball was my afterthought after I got comfortable with arcades, and I've collected, and my OCD is, let's collect all the arcades and then get to pin. Well, when I met my pinball guys, and now I'm included in that group, they influenced me to get pinball. Admittingly, I wanted them to. More importantly, the time was right. I made a bet with my wife. I grew an ugly beard and lost 40 pounds. If you haven't seen the pickup video, check it out. You'll understand. Of Turtles, part 1. And I didn't want to spend too much because, again, we're saving for that house. Another thing. So Turtles was, though a little expensive for what it's worth compared to the big collectors, it's a shit game. It's not deep. It's lame. It sucks. I don't care. I'm not, it's not like I'm one of these, aficionado pinball guys that Steve here's why. It's a quick game. It's fun. It yells Turtles. Everyone likes it. Girls, kids, guys, who cares? It's unique. A lot of people don't have it. I like it. I'm buying it. Too bad. That's it. So I ended up finding one. Again, this is on my pickup and cabinet, whatever. I ended up picking one up. I went on Pinside, which if you haven't checked out, Pinside is like kind of the biggest, overall in, worldwide pinball. Pin Revolution or Pinball Revolution is a big one for Canada, which I'm a part of, and I know the Monterey's, I know who they are. It's a great site. I went on Pinside, got that, found a guy who had it. He was actually looking to sell it. I did overpay a little because I wanted it, and he wanted to sell it, and a lot of people were interested. And I jumped the gun a little too early. I could have got it for probably around 500, maybe less, maybe a couple hundred less. But again, I got a free delivery on it. My buddy picked me up and we went. He was in a rush. We didn't have time, and because I was limited to a lot of resources, I had to just say yes and get out of there. So yes, I think I paid a little too much, but so be it. Now, okay, when I look back on what I want to grow the collection and where's it going to go, when I look at the line of games I want, though it weirdly, it doesn't really fit because, it's kind of out there, but it fits for me, and it's a cool theme that a lot of people say it's garbage, but they kind of like playing because it's unique. A lot of people don't have the game, especially in Canada. So that's the reason I got it. That's the honest truth. Not a lot of memories on it. The going through it and the experience of wanting this one. Oh, I don't have an ashtray. Well, that's not going to help, is it? Shit, one second. I'll just use this. So what was I going to say? During the process of getting my first pin, it's significant because though my memories are only a year ago when I got the pin, they're significant. The memory is like this, and it's not with a finger. I don't want to hit the cigar. It happens that quick, and knowing that I was going to be rare without it, a lot of guys kind of laughed at me saying, oh, you want the Turtles pin? And I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. And now having it, it's kind of a running joke, you know, with the Turtles game, and people send me turtle photos all the time. And, you know, I'm proud to have it. It was a hell of a journey. My first one was a project-ish game. I mean, Drano hit it out of the park with doing the restore for me. If you guys haven't seen that, you can check the Top Tier Tech part 1 to 9 on the restore, and literally bringing it home, taking it apart, pausing after Mike died and Penny died, and then redoing it, and now looking and playing perfect. It's really fun. I've modded it, you know, to no one's ever seen it before. So I'm very proud for it to be my first. I'm very proud to be my own. It's a little different than out there. Again, I've added blades, I've added extra lighting, I've added the green DMD, colored lights, more and different toys, the topper's lit. So I did a lot, and my sticker that I made myself. So there's a lot of pride that went into it. I'm very happy that I can report back saying that I did a lot of it myself, but the main part was Adriano, but I did put it together myself, which I'm very proud of. In spite of, you know, working day by day, buying parts I'm not even aware of, going through the drama and the sadness and the pain of my brother passing, it's reassuring to know that though, you know, it's not on everyone's list and not even close, it's definitely on mine. It's staying. You know, I know if you guys want to buy it from me, you know, to have it in a bar or to just play, but it's mine. And I'm very proud of it, and I can't wait to have it in lineup with the other games. I think it's going to be a little different because often you see a lot of the same games. And with that being said, guys, look, I don't want to extend the video. It means a lot to me because it was my first. It means a lot to me because it's the one I've worked on the most. Obviously, it's my first. Hobbit I didn't have to work on it, just kind of modded and added. And, you know, both are great, and more to come. I don't know how it's going to end up, but guys, look, it's been a pleasure. If you guys haven't had a chance to subscribe, please do so. I release videos usually every week. I've been on track, you know, after the tragedies, and more to come. A lot of fun videos on the way. We do have to finish off part 5. And finally, the last part of the Ninja Turtles, which is going to be the gameplay. So I'm going to set you up, and we'll have a gameplay video of it, showing off the game, the mods, and overall my gameplay. So thanks again, subscribing. You haven't had a chance to. It's been a pleasure. Thanks again for checking out Top Tier, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care and peace.